everybody, Scudder here today. Hope you guys are doing great. So, this week, our air conditioner went out. So, I've been spending 95 degrees to 100 degree days with no air conditioning this week. Yay! And that hasn't been very fun, but I've got fans, so until I can sell enough stuff to pay for the air conditioner, I'm using fans. But what we did is, when we realized the air went out, Dad and I raised the windows in this house. Now, this house that I'm living in is actually my grandparents' house. My grandfather actually built this house with his hands many years ago. And so it's an old house. And honestly, I haven't raised the windows in this house in a long time because we've had air. So I raised all the windows in the house, got a box fan, put it in the window, the whole 9 yards. The other night when I walked in the kitchen, I don't know what it was, but just for a split second, I caught a smell that reminded me exactly of this house when my grandparents were alive, when I was a little boy. You know how you catch those minutes, just those real quick flashes, something will trigger a sense and you'll flash back to a memory in your childhood. I don't know, it just smelled exactly like the kitchen smelled when my grandmother used to cook when she was alive. And that was a happy moment for me because those were happy times when I was growing up. So that really kind of got me to thinking this week a lot about life and about the time that we have left here on this earth. Now, there are a lot of people out there who are saying that they feel like we are in the end days, that we are at the end of time, that we are, if we haven't already started into the tribulation period, we're certainly getting ready to start. And you guys know it as well as I do. I mean, there are just thousands of people who are feeling that time is just about up for all of us, and that we are at the end. So, having this situation occur and thinking along those lines, it got me to thinking about how I want to live the rest of the days that I have left here on earth. So let's say for example that we've got 7 years left. You've got just a short time frame, okay? And I know that 7 years to some people may sound like a long time, but really the time will fly by fast, and who knows, it could be less than 7 years. This is just saying if we have started to the tribulation period, because we know that if we have started the tribulation period, those of us who understand Scripture know that we will only have 7 years left before Jesus returns. So, looking at it like that, let's just say we've got 7 years left, maybe less. How do you want to spend the rest of your time here on earth? Do you want to spend that time that you have chasing conspiracy theories that you're probably never going to be able to prove? Do you want to spend that time fighting and arguing with other people? Do you want to spend that time trying to expose other people and bring out their faults? Do you want to spend that time worrying and being fearful every day of what's coming, things that you're not going to have any control over? Or rather, would you just like to spend your time sharing what time you have left with your family, with your friends, with people that you enjoy being around, doing things that bring you joy, spending your time helping other people, and being a bright light and a positive role model to other individuals, sharing hope and love and sharing your faith and your testimony. these are just kind of things that I've been thinking about lately, because if we've only got a short period of time, relatively, left here on this earth, then I think probably all of us need to start thinking long and hard about how we want to spend our remaining days here. Um, it's kind of like a person who gets cancer, and if they're only told that they have 6 months to a year left to live, then that dramatically changes the way that that person feels about life. And I know this firsthand, because I've had 3 family members with cancer die in the last few years. So I see the way that it changes people's perspective. And I know that there are probably a lot of us out there, myself included some days, who look at this, even though we see events unfolding, and I think probably in our hearts we know that we're in the last days, but we don't really want to believe it. So we kind of push that to the back every once in a while. And it's kind of that thing where if you don't think about it, if you can't see it, then it's not really happening. I certainly know I've been guilty of that. So, and I'm sure many of you are too. But reality is that if we are in our last days here on earth, then perhaps we might need to start taking stock of our lives, and perhaps we need to start spending our time a little more wisely, being a little more useful to those around us and other people that we are in contact with. It probably doesn't hurt to share your faith with other people. Those of you who share your testimony, probably a good idea to share that with other people, and just being helpful and showing love to other people instead of showing so much hate and cold-heartedness. So anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this. Share your comments below, or make a video response and tell me what you think. How do you feel about it? What is your gut feeling? And if you feel like that we're in the last days, how do you personally feel like you want to be and should be spending the rest of your time here on earth? Anyway, you guys take care. God bless. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.